Alrighty then. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. I ran the intro secretly this time, so we didn't sit in silence for the whole time.
Damn it! Foiled again.
Foiled you again.
Well, now we're going to sit in silence now instead.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm just
good,
going to sit in silence for the next 4 hours. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine for me. I've got other things I could do. So, welcome back, everybody. Last time out, the useless fucks finally made their way back to Baldur's Gate, leaving behind Silverleaf Grove and the death of Venomfang. At Baldur's Gate, the group encountered a few interesting people. Those that forged magical weapons, of some of which they purchased. They then spent a considerable amount of time attempting to find some kind of timekeeping device, which proved more difficult than I think they thought it would. After browsing the local shops for interesting knobs, they then went and had a discussion with Mira, the Borin's Golden Vault handler, if you like. She informed them of a vault that was positioned not far from Baldur's Gate that potentially might lead them to a piece of the obelisk, a shard of it that they're looking for. This vault being in the hands of the Agile Hand. With various paths to choose from, the party then called on Leroy Silverhand to make their next move. Waiting in the graveyard where Lady Silverhand had brought them to Baldur's Gate previously, after waiting a number of hours, the crypt in which her arcane teleportation circle sits, there is a flash inside. There stands Leroy Silverhand as she walks forward, unlocks the gate, and steps through. Her face is beaming as she greets you all. Well, it's good to see you're all still alive.
Some of us are still alive, yeah.
So, tell me of your adventures and what I can do for you.
We killed a dragon and saved a grove of druids and recovered a piece of the obelisk that we've been looking for. And I think we wanted to, there are more that need recovering, but it's not really very practical for us to cart them about with us all the time. So we wanted to, among other things, sound you out as to whether or not you might have somewhere safe that you could perhaps keep at least one, providing we're successful, we continue to be successful on this path.
Well, the news of a defeated dragon has traveled fast and through people I know, say. So congratulations and well done. Quite a feat, I would say. Remind me how many of these shards you're looking for.
Is there another 3 that we need? Or 2?
I mean,
Looking at Willow.
was there 5 in total? Or 6 in total?
7, I think.
7.
Oh God, man, we know nothing.
There was 4. 4 in Fandolin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then son of a bitch, where is it?
Then there was the map with the weird letters on, wasn't there? So we've done till 100.
Where's my fucking thing? So it was 3 remain to be found, and then obviously we found another one, so yeah, there's 2 left.
Yeah.
Very good. So, do you have the shard on you now? May I see it?
We left it with the druids for safekeeping. They said that they felt they could keep it safe for now.
Yes. It was our goal to not sort of amass a large amount of them in the same location.
And
Sensible
we also
idea.
didn't want to endanger anybody because they seem to have some sort of weird influence.
I see. Well, that seems like a very sensible approach. I have the means to keep them safe should you need to. Should you find any additional ones, I would very much be interested in studying them also. So, yes, I think we could come to an arrangement on that. These other 2 shards, then, what leads do you have?
Well, we're fairly certain that one is just outside of Baldur's Gate. We have a suspicion, less tangible, but we have a suspicion the other one might be linked to the Twilight Stalkers, which would lead us to the Feywild. Those are the 2 leads we have, 2 most solid leads we have at the moment.
I see. So where does your journey take you next?
Well, I think if everyone else is still happy with it, we were hoping to go to the Feywild next. We've come up across a bit of a problem, which perhaps you can help us with if you've been there before. We were concerned with being able to track the passage of time because we don't want to get lost there and then find that we come back to a world that's irrevocably changed. We've been unsuccessful in finding a way to do that so far. You right, Alexander?
Yes, well, tracking the passage of time in the Feywild is no mean feat. A traditional, mundane timekeeping device is unlikely to be sufficient. The weave of time exists on this plane, not in the Feywild, and so simply counting the hands on a clock will not work in the way that we might expect. I do have something for you, although I don't have it here. So we can turn to where we last met and set you up for your journey.
There is something that it was important to me to take with me to the Feywild, but it won't be ready until tomorrow night. So it's not like I expect you to just come backwards and forwards at our beck and call, but I wondered if there's any way that we could fit in somewhere, me picking that up before we go. If not, then the onward journey is more important.
When would you like to leave?
Well, could we, if it's okay with everyone else, would it be possible to leave for a night after I've managed to finish my business here?
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Course.
I'm okay with that.
Very well. Well, I have some things I can look into in Baldur's Gate since I'm here anyway, so I will wander around for a time, enjoy the sights, catch up with...
I appreciate it, and thank you, because I appreciate that you're not, like I said, you're not at our beck and call, we're in your debt, so I'm very grateful to you for your patience.
Quite the contrary. I am definitely in your debt. done tea for me. Tricky business with Elturel. The Underdark, I believe I can help you, and I should.
That's good to hear, thank you.
Let me know when you would like to return to Thornhold, and I will meet you here.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
It's truly good to see you all again.
It's good to see you too.
Well, and she kind of adjusts her robes, and she starts to cast a spell, and her appearance changes to somebody far less formal in appearance. She strides through the graveyard and into the bustling city. Leaves you where you stand.
Indeed. Ah, Laborin roll high on stealth.
I appreciate that we've spent a lot of money at the Smiths. Is it worth us having a look around for healing potions, stuff like that might be worth taking with us? Stocking up a little bit before we leave?
Yeah,
Yeah,
naturally.
possibly.
Yeah, we did spend quite a bit on potions beforehand.
I mean, I've got 1 potion of healing and 1 potion of greater healing. I've also got a few other different potions, but not heal. So I'm running a bit low. If we can find somewhere that would sell us some potions of healing, I think that might be handy, because we don't know what we're going to find when we get there. It's not that there's nowhere sells them, but just as we're here anyway, might as well spend the time wisely.
Don't see why not.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
You can go knobbing if you want, Lexi.
Who told you
The
about
time
that?
that we have.
I don't recall telling you about the knobbing. You weren't spying on my knob, were you? Whoa, my face.
I just, you said something in your sleep last night.
Oh, that's surprising. Wouldn't be the first time, I guess.
Yeah. So what time? Sorry, Jack. What time of day is it now? Is it morning?
Yes, it would be, and you can collect your items later in the day, in the late afternoon.
Oh, really? So what, today?
Yeah, end of day today.
Oh, okay. Fine then. Good. Well, we've got the day then.
Yeah.
How would we like to spend it?
Sehr gut.
The boy, do you want to go jewelry shopping again?
Not particularly.
Could I spend a couple of hours with Willow's spellbook if she's happy to lend it to me so I can nab her identity spell, please?
Yeah, if we just sit in the pub.
Yeah, we'll sit in the quiet corner of the pub. We'll get a booth.
Bob.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you'll spend kind of an hour or so around Baldur's Gate trying to find the requisite materials. So while you're not using ink and paper, still there will be components to adding these spells.
Yeah, I'll pay the costs.
And you can spend a couple of hours doing that. Yeah, it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
Willow, how are you looking for paper and ink? Sorry, Jack, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay.
I think still okay for now, based on how much I was given by Hilda.
So I should bloody well think.
I
mean, Willow, did you want to have a look around and see if there's anywhere that sells spell scrolls?
Oh, yes.
There's surely somewhere in Baldur's Gate that would sell such a thing.
And they're all 350,000 gold.
Probably, but we can window shop, and then maybe later on, while Lexi's not looking, the boring can lift a couple for us.
Lexi's too busy thinking about knobs to hear what we're saying.
Yeah, he's not blind.
Are there any shops in Baldur's Gate that sell spell scrolls, Jack?
Yes, please, Mr. Voice in the Sky.
Make an investigation check for me.
Willow and Shimmer would like to link arms and skip through the streets of Baldur's Gate.
Good at investigation check.
May I assist with the investigation? Because I'm looking too. Yeah, go on, roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, can't roll ones.
Yes. Good girl. Oh dear. So bad.
22.
We
Yeah.
find all the shops.
Yep, bear with me.
Like, shit, now I have to come up with spell scrolls.
Yeah.
What useless fucking spells can I find?
Yeah. I've got like 20 gold left, so make it 2.
Oh. I'm finding my notes. Spell scrolls.
Oh.
Yeah, so you find a reasonably reputable looking magic item shop. And walk in. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I might be. Let me check.
I don't think in particular. I just want to see what that is for wizards.
For wizards.
Wizards.
Well, you,
Wizards.
it doesn't need
I
to
like
be,
Andy.
it doesn't need to be a wizard spell for you.
Does it not?
No, it could be any spell.
Ah.
As long as it's a spell scroll. The cost will be different. But other than that,
In that case, if this shop happens to have a spell scroll of power word kill,
no, definitely doesn't have one of those, and you
control.
wouldn't be able to cast it anyway.
you wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
cast it. Anyway, one day I would.
So you find a couple of spell scrolls. You find a spell scroll of Featherfall, first level.
Cool.
A spell scroll of Jump. A spell scroll of Shield. And a spell scroll of Aid. And a spell scroll of Heat Metal. Each of the first level spells are 75 gold, and the Heat Metal is 150.
I think I'll take the heat metal.
Mhm.
And I don't need aid. Let's go with Featherfall. and shield for that matter. So that's 150. So that's 300 gold.
Right.
So I will take that off.
And you can find 2 potions of healing regular here as well. They are a little bit more expensive. In conversation with the shopkeep, there appears to be a slight shortage in the city at the moment. So these are 75 gold each.
I will buy those 2.
Okay. Another 150.
150. There we go. I will take that off.
Anything else? I'll also say, Shimmer, that if Willow is helping you transcribe into like from her book into what you're doing, that'll take half done.
Oh, well, if Willow's willing to help, that would be very nice.
Basically, Willow is telling you what her handwriting says.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's like, no, that's an A.
Yeah. Sorry, it's taking me a little bit of time to just have a look because I'm not as familiar as. Do they have any other spell? Like, can I ask if they have any other spell scrolls specifically, or is that literally what they have?
That is what they have available at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. I will not bother then. None of those are any good to me. Did you? I take it you didn't buy the healing potions, Willow?
No, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did.
It's very good of you. Okie doke.
Anybody else?
Do they have any potions of poison?
Are there any? Did you go through like a potions list? Because I don't.
Who are you talking to?
Just you, I guess. Because this is an Adam question. Because he just his brain had a blip.
He just
Shall I
said
go
there's
through?
2 potions of healing, as long as he said of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Scouring through the city, you can find a basic poison. You can find 2 of those, but they're marked up at 120 gold each.
Oh my god.
Rather milk Baldwin than get that.
I mean, Willow, could you not just lick Laborin's dagger? Oh, he doesn't have it anymore, does he?
Yeah, that went missing, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I don't know how much they cost. Oh, it says here 50 gold. Don't know how much it costs in practice, if that makes sense. But you can get a poisons kit, and I can make poison for you.
That might be handy. Be good if the druid would start making healing potions as well sometimes.
Yeah, but don't they take a full 24 hours?
Yeah, they do, but the
There's
amount
a
of
lot
time we
downtime.
spend pissing about.
That's true.
You also need the like, so you need the kit, but then you also need
Yeah, the kit comes with everything, it says.
yeah, but you also need to roll a check.
Yeah, I know that.
All right. Can I do it then?
What are you doing?
Now,
Potion.
Sorry, mate. What are you doing?
Can I make a potion?
Of
Healing.
you want to make a potion of healing?
Just now.
Is it if possible?
So remind myself on this.
You're laughing at.
Why is he? It says wisdom,
It's
but
not
he doesn't
D&D
touch it.
related. I'm sorry.
So confused.
Where's the fucking right? So to do so, you will need downtime. You'll need 24 hours a day, essentially. 25 gold worth of materials, and a herbalism kit.
So you just stay up all day for 24 hours without sleeping to make one potion, or
I was
can you
going to
pick
say,
it up
does
and
he
put it
have
back
to
down?
actually be there? Can
It's
he
a-
not just set it off? And
It's a work day, and you also need not just the healer's kit, but also an alchemy set or something similar.
It's like a D&D meth lab.
yes, it is. Yeah, Breaking Bad.
I'm assuming part of it's like brewing time anyway, so it's not. I don't think you'd not be sleeping, but you've got to like
Yeah, you
create
just-
something.
However you want to skin it, you need a work day to do it,
Yeah.
and somewhere to do it.
Probably best something that's done back at the clubhouse
If we ever get there.
if we ever get back.
Radio.
Not to worry
I
about.
have to stop touching Jack sausage and make some potions instead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm short anything.
Is the boring in the local casino
I
with
don't have the fucking money to
loaded
get
dice?
in the local casino.
Yeah, he spent it all on a rapier.
He's just going around showing them his rapier. He's not actually playing.
Bet the rapier. Go on. Bet you won't.
Yeah, which is why I didn't. Also, why I didn't offer to buy the poisons kits myself because I don't have any fucking money.
I have quite a bit of money. Who wants?
We all need money.
I have quite a bit of money still too.
Yeah.
Because I don't buy silly things like rapiers.
It's a
I don't
fucking
either.
2 rapier. It's not, I'll show you how fucking silly it is in a minute.
Jeez.
She's.
Shit, my boyfriend's
Roll
gonna stab
initiative.
me. Shit, my
I paid
boyfriend's
for
gonna
that
stab
rapier.
me.
Well, I can say from personal experience, that's just kind of how he rolls.
Oh.
I don't want to be
I've been
stabbed.
stabbed by 2 members of this party.
Hey, I was mind controlled and he was possessed.
Yeah, I've still been stabbed by 2 of you.
Does it really count as us though? Okay, no. Baldwin, did you need anything, or was it just the maybe herbalism kit?
No, I have a herbalism kit.
Oh.
I'm square. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm good.
When we go back to meet Lady Silverhand, we can maybe afford that +1 leather armor we know she has.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I forget how much it was.
It was like 1,200.
1,200?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
I actually can't afford it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I've got some,
What's
I've
your
got some
current
armor I need
AC? What's your current AC, Baldwin?
It's 17, but the
Oh,
hide
okay.
gives me 12.
Alright, so you get 12 and then your bonus on top of that.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
+1.
Dex,
Okay.
shield,
Yeah.
and a ring.
+1. Yeah. +1
Okay,
studded
so
leather
because-
will give him 18.
Yeah, it's because last session you were saying about 12 and I thought you meant that was all you had and I was confused. But,
Oh, no.
never mind.
Jack, is there anywhere I can sell my leather armor? Because I don't need it. I know I won't get much for it, but every little helps.
Yeah, certainly. There's blacksmiths around and armorers around that will buy it off you.
If you're still planning to use mage armor, though, you can't use it with armor. Just in case.
Yeah.
That's why I'm selling
Yeah.
my armor, because I don't need it. I'm not going to wear it.
It's
Okay.
in your
It was what I
inventory.
started with.
Okay. I thought you were replacing it. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I don't see it in your inventory.
I just took it out. That's why I was sorry.
Make
I was
it.
too
Ah, I
eager
see.
to help you. Sorry. It was there. I was
That's
too
alright.
eager to help.
Yeah.
It's just studded leather armor, just regular stuff.
Studded leather. I mean, your leather's pretty battered. The best offer.
beg your pardon?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Who you been talking to?
It has sentimental value.
It doesn't. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, 13. The best price you can find anybody for it is 15 gold.
That's fine. 15 gold is 15 gold.
Pretty good. I was expecting worse than that.
That's all right. Yeah, I'll
What?
take it.
While Shimmer's doing that, could I run around Baldur's Gate looking for like a dwarven antique store?
A dwarven antique store?
Yes. Who'd be willing to buy certain
Pretty
ancient
suspicious.
dwarven
Ah,
items of interest?
I
I
love the
see.
specificity of things that Lexi needs in life.
Yes.
I'm in need of a dwarven antique store. Who may be willing?
A
make
dwarven antique store in Baldur's Gate.
an investigation check for me.
Ah. Big money, big money, big money. No,
Ah,
terrible money.
small money.
You do not find anybody willing to purchase that heap of shit.
Oh Lord.
Does anybody like this periactive health, by the way, that I'm carrying around? And I've also got the amulet of proof against detection and location.
What do
does
they do?
Periaptive
What's the health?
do again?
Right, so, well, it's no good to you, Willow. You are immune to contracting any disease while you wear this pendant. If you're already infected, the effects of the disease are suppressed while you wear the pendant.
So really, it needs to be Labor and Baldwin or Shimmer then.
I think the boring's maxed out. That's why you gave it to
Do they require achievements?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm maxed out.
Then
And then
Baldwin?
What?
Would you like immunity to diseases? If you have a free attunement slot?
I do. I think I have 2 free slots.
The aim.
That could come in handy, like when I first got diseased that one time. That I don't know what it was. It's maybe some kind of
I mean,
rabies.
it's one of those things, isn't it? It's not going to be useful until it's useful. But we won't be able to predict that.
I mean, the good thing about it,
Sure.
it clears diseases anyway. So, like,
Yeah.
if someone else gets a disease, you know, just spend the night, it takes off, gives someone
Yeah.
into it.
I do have greater restoration also.
Oh, yeah, that's
We've got the amulet of proof against detection and location. While wearing this amulet, you are hidden from divination magic. You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying senses.
Ooh.
Oh, anti-spyware. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I've got a free
I can actually
slot.
scry too.
Yeah, plus combined with my Ring of Mind Shielding, I've got the full magic VPN.
Ah, your
Yeah.
space data.
Yes, my
It's a
space.
shame that it's just a shame that your physical presence is so shit at self.
Yes.
But we've got ways around that. I mean, you can have it. Can I give it to him, Jack, or do you need to take it out of my inventory and pass it to him?
Yeah, I'll move it along.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, the periaptive health again. I do have a slot free for attunement, but if someone else wants it, you're very welcome to.
Well, it's between you and Baldwin because me and Lexi are already immune to
Yeah.
disease anyway. Laboran's full up.
Yes.
Who's
yeah.
most likely to touch diseased things?
I mean, I don't know, Baldwin, does your new furry form give you any resistance to that shit, or?
It does not.
Okay. I mean, I mean, I can just keep hold of it, and then if one of us does get disease, at least we can suppress it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good.
I mean,
idea.
if anyone's likely to get disease, it's more likely to be Baldwin because he's on the front line getting bitten and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
So I think you can take it for now if you want, Baldwin, and then if we need to use it elsewhere at some point, then so be it.
Yeah, fair.
Okay,
I'll take it.
chuck that over to Baldwin then. Jack, when you're ready, please.
Which one is that?
Thank you. The periactive health, we'll give it to Baldwin. He's on the front lines, getting his teeth sunk into things and having things sink their teeth into him.
Okay, you can delete it from yours.
My favorite
Okay,
pastime.
thank you. Delete. I
not-
also have some potions here if anyone wants them.
It's not attunement at periactive health, by the way.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. Even
Yeah,
better.
we can just pass
Oh,
it around then, as and when needed.
Pass it around. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Like the
familiar.
disease we're trying to avoid. So I do have a potion of fire breath and a potion of clairvoyance and a potion of psychic resistance here as well. If anyone thinks that they might need those more than me.
I gave you the potion of fire breath. You never used it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, and I'm not ungrateful for that. It's just, I'm just refreshing everybody's memory as to what we've got.
I wouldn't
I'm
mind.
very happy to hold on to it.
I wouldn't mind the psychic resistance.
But haven't you already
Yeah.
got psychic resistance?
Yeah, I
No,
thought
I
that's
do
what the
not.
ring of mild.
That just stops
Wild
people
shit.
from telepathically reading my thoughts without.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been vulnerable to it before, so it could happen again. And he's
Yeah.
had his clone's brain devoured.
Yeah, no, we don't know about that canonically.
I suppose at this point, Lexi is the most likely to be psychic. And there's only so many
No.
times that we can ask other people to fix it for him.
Well, I think it's one of those things you'd have to take it in advance of being psychic. I don't think it's retroactive. So if he continues to go around touching shit. The other thing is that, it's not just, I know Lexi's on the front line, but we've seen with those fucking mind goblins that
Yeah,
psychic is very often something that's AoE or, it's not a melee thing.
Mind goblin.
If anything, it might be better with one of us who stands at the back.
Yeah.
I'll keep hold of it for now and we'll see what we come up against. The Feywild do be having some psychic fuckery.
This is true.
Can't wait. That wasn't so. I actually can't wait. Stoked.
Do we have anything else we need to be sharing around?
No, I don't have anything else to give.
I have some acid.
What, the drug or actual acid?
Actual acid.
Oh, not interested in that.
Yeah, less fun.
An alchemist fire.
Yeah,
I
I've
have
got some alchemist.
Yeah.
I have all the Willow's healing kits.
You do not have them all.
You have about 30.
No, I have one.
I only bought 10.
I have one.
I have 3.
I
I
have
have 3.
one.
I think I had some in my bag, which was knocked out.
I have an oil of etherealness. Still.
You still? I thought you used that, didn't you?
No,
no, you didn't.
the oil of slipperiness.
No.
He was a slippery snake.
I still have 50 foot of silk rope, Laborin, if you're up for it.
I have a climber's kit.
I also have a climber's kit.
And I have some oil.
I have 1,000 ball bearings.
I got rid of my ball bearings when I was overloaded.
I have 10 healer's kit. I just realized that.
You have 10?
No, you'll have
I don't know
10
why I have 10.
charges.
No, have you not just got 10?
Oh.
And charges
Never
on
mind.
a heal.
Which is why me buying 10 healers kits was a bit excessive.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're going to need them when we come to the end, I'm sure.
I was
One.
only new.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
want druid heals kids.
There are worse mistakes to make,
Yeah.
like not reading the spell list.
Well,
Like forgetting what cantrips you have.
oh yeah, but canonically, Lexi wouldn't know.
I've done it. I've done it before. I just didn't get caught. So, are we good then? Are we just going to doss around until evening time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then, when everyone's ready, I'll go and collect my bits.
Are you heading out alone?
Laborin, would you like to come with me?
Sure.
Don't think
While
too
they're
hard
out,
about it.
I'll invite Baldwin on a quick knob.
Well, you nobbing or bobbing?
We're going to be knobbing, at least until I
Alright.
get back.
So you head back to Jan's Ironworks. You, as you approach, he's at his workbench. He doesn't see you approaching as of yet.
I'll ask Laborin if Laborin, would you mind just waiting here for me while I go and pick this up?
Yeah. I'll
She'll take it,
just hang around.
as you do. You just lurk, be like old times. Loiter. I'll go up and smile at Jan and say, hi, I'm back as you requested.
Oh, good evening. Yes. One moment. And he goes over to a under the bench. He pulls out a small locked chest, which he unlocks with a key. Opens it up and takes out this this item that appears to be leather wrapped. He's wrapped it in some kind of protective leather. Yes, sir. As agreed. And kind of hands it over to you. And as he does, he kind of pulls back the leather, and as you expect to see, you see.
This is very fine workmanship. Thank you. You were true to your word.
Thank you. Yes, I try to be. Like, as you know, though, I did have help.
You did, and I'm grateful for all the resources that you pulled together for this in such a short time. It means a lot.
You're welcome. Well, I can't remember whether you'd already paid full price for this or not.
I did pay full price. I'd like to offer him a tip, though. I don't have much left, so hopefully it's not insulting if I offer him 10 more platinum as a tip for his work.
Well, he'll see this. Well, thank you very much. Blacksmith always likes when his work is appreciated, and this has been a pleasure to craft. So, yes, I hope you get good use out of it.
I can't say that I hope we have to use it too much, but yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will stand true when the time comes. And I'll certainly remember you if I happen to pick up any more items of this quality.
Likewise, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you. I'll give him the platinum and take my leave.
Farewell.
Farewell indeed. I'll go back to the boring. Do you want to take a walk the long way back?
Yeah, that's what you want.
I'd like to keep an eye out for somewhere like a little bit quieter on the way back that I can just,
Well,
talk with the boring.
similar to where you've been before,
Mm.
when you were ventured out in the evening, um, when you'd been here previously. You found a small planted garden and courtyard. These places are littered around Baldur's Gate, and you do find something similar in this half of the city.
Mm.
And it's
So I'll kind
very
of
quiet at this time of night.
cool. I'll kind of sit and offer Laboran to come and sit with me.
Sit down. So did you get everything you wanted?
I hope so. I think I'm about to find out. The thing is, Laboran, I don't always understand what it is that you see in me, and I don't feel like I have a lot to offer you. I've got my silly songs and my silly soul magic, but I wanted to give you something tangible. I wanted to give you something that I thought might mean something to you. So I apologize, but it was me that stole your dagger. I took it from you back at the grove while we were chatting with the druids, saying the farewells, and I'm surprised that I managed to take it from you without you noticing, but I took it because I wanted to make it into something new, give you something better, and that's what I've asked Jan to work on. I gave him the dagger and I gave him one of Venom Fang's teeth and asked him to make something new from them. And, I don't know a lot about weapons and daggers and things like that, but I'm hoping that it will be something that you treasure, and I'll hand it over, wrapped in its leather.
I'll just sort of grin and say, maybe I need to keep my guard up around you more. Tricky thing. And unwrap the leather.
As you unfurl the leather from whatever is within inside, there is a very soft green glow. And you notice immediately the resemblance to the dagger that you had held previously. The hilt and the handle are identical. The blade is gone. What you find in its place is this well polished and sharpened and very the tip of it is incredibly sharp blade fashioned from a tooth of Venom Fang.
It's certainly impressive.
Well, I know you've got your fancy new sword, so I think that probably I failed even in this to give you something worthwhile, but I tried.
I'll sort of like toss it up and catch it and check the balance and that sort of thing. And just say, no, it's very good, very thoughtful. I'm sure it'll come in handy. As much as maybe it's a better sign that it doesn't get used, but when it's needed, it'll work. It'll do its job.
The details of this item I've added it to your inventory, Jacob. Feel free to have a look at that. It will require attunement.
Well, even I don't know if it does, so.
I've not got any details for it, just
Detail.
says its name. I don't know whether maybe once I'm attuned it'll pop up. I don't know.
Bear with me. Oh, you can't see the details?
No, it just says it's a Venom Fang Dagger, simple melee. Let's wait.
King for me. Oh, you might need to identify it.
Oh.
So if you click
What do you
on the
mean,
three little dots, there's like an
Oh, yes. Button. Ah, yes, I see it now. So,
for the sake of brevity, if you wanted to attune to that now, I would just say that you can while you're sat with Shimmer. If there is something you would like to do with it while you're there, like to demonstrate its quality.
Not on me though, please.
Stab her with it.
Maybe he has like a practice dummy he can like stab.
Sam, just sort of book
Yeah.
the table talk because it's not how it's going game. When you use your mage armor, do you have to be? Does magical items affect your mage armor?
I don't think so. I think if they're classed as armor, then it would affect it.
Does my cloak of protection count as armor?
I don't know. Adam,
No,
Jack?
it's just a cloak. Yeah, so
It's not armor.
No, not armor.
it's the same way a ring would work, I suppose. Yeah, so
Yeah.
what I'll do then is just give something back to you. I will just unfurl the cloak that I've been wearing for a long time now and just put it around your shoulders.
The boring, don't you need this?
It's fine.
Like, you don't have to. I'm not offended if you don't want to attune to the deck.
Well, we see how it goes.
Well, do you want to share what it does? What did I spend all my platinum on?
So it's a +1 weapon. On a hit, it deals an extra 1d6 poison damage. After a ranged attack, it teleports back to my hand. I can use a bonus action to summon the dagger to my hand if it's on the same plane of existence. It has 5 charges, regaining 1d4 +1 at dawn. On a successful attack, I can expend one of these charges to force the target to make a DC 13 with save. On a failed save, the target cannot cast spells, take bonus actions or reactions, and it's frightened until the end of its next turn.
Oh my god, that's really good.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty good.
So you can throw it as well. That's cool.
Yeah, so I'll sort of just throw it into the air, and then it'll just pop back into my hand.
So as he throws it into the air, you watch it glide up into the sky, and it kind of connects with a tree branch that's you kind of sat under. And as it kind of twangs into the branch, then you see this almost like 1,000 tiny green fireflies as it just dissipates from the tree and reappears in the same fashion in his hand.
It's really good, Labor, and I almost regret giving it to you. But you know what I'm like with throwing knives.
You'll get it one day.
Well, I mean, I don't expect anything back from you. Like I said, it's a gift almost to make up for the things I lack. But
Well, I mean, quite literally, I can only use so many of these types of magic items, so the cloak of protection would be doing nothing. That's the one I've decided to drop. So,
that's really romantic. Thanks, Laborin.
yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, Just take it off me because it'd be doing nothing otherwise.
Thanks, I guess.
You can have this.
You
I've
have
got-
it. It's useless to me.
You have it. I've got nowhere to
Yeah.
keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks anyway.
It's the thought that counts, I think.
Yeah. But the thought was that it's useless, so she might as well have it.
It's not useless. It's actually a good item, but I've now got I'm not going to give up the chronolometer or the short bow. So
The key thing is, he thought.
He did, yeah. Do I need to attune to this cloak of protection? I take it.
Yeah.
Can I do that now, or is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll chuck it on. Attune. There we go. Oh, my AC is now 18. Very nice. Okay, well, I guess we can go back if anything else you want to say, Jacob. And thank you to Jack for that really nice homebrew item. It's very good.
Welcome.
Thank you for allowing me to do it. I guess we can see if we can track down Silverhand then and crack on if Willow's happy to sending.
Yeah. Yo, Lady Silverhand, where you at?
What's up, bitch?
In it, bro.
She suddenly feels far less inclined to help you.
You can't see a scone.
The way you make them.
Fuck you too.
She will reply. If you're ready to leave, then we may meet in the graveyard once more.
To the dead people.
Yeah.
Oh, Tate.
No. Yes.
How successful was mine and Baldwin's knob?
Oh yeah, we forgot about the
Roll
knobbing.
A performance check with advantage, either one each or one of you with advantage.
And then a constitution check afterwards.
What's your performance, Baldwin? I assume mine's higher.
Yeah, yours is higher. You're a pro knobber. I'm a novice.
You're
You've got the
novice.
most charisma.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll with advantage then.
You really know how to knob a knob.
Yeah, I know how they knob it.
Yeah, knob it.
Advantage. 13. Pretty fairly average knob.
It's all right. I mean, yeah, you don't get the full.
Nothing to write home
essence.
about.
What you've drawn a picture of is this very ornate brass knob. You've got the color there, kind of, but the metallic sheen is kind of missing from the picture, and yeah, it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah. Well,
it was okay, but a bit unsatisfying.
Yeah.
I can do better.
Is a knob lord an equality?
Oh,
No,
it's got nothing on the knob lord.
It's got nothing on Anthony.
It's got nothing on.
No.
Yeah, but we are still novices when it comes to knobbing. It's something you practice every day. I don't know how many knobs are in the Feywild, but
I got 13 like it was above average. I like it, but it's not perfect.
Above average knobbing, far from the masters.
We'll get there.
So,
yeah,
as you return to the graveyard, you find a figure, dark and hooded. They approach you, and then they roll, releases her illusion, and you see her in her full garb. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I think we are. Thank you.
Do we not? We don't have the timekeeping thing yet, do we?
No, that's why we're
No,
going
she-
with her.
That's
Yeah,
why-
she
okay,
said she'd
so-
have
Yeah,
to
we're going to our sanctum.
So she's going to
Right.
take us to Thornhold and give us the timepiece of fucking knobbing or something.
Yeah, I'm
What was
fully
the
down. for
OG name? It wasn't Thornhold. It was something else.
Thornhold.
that.
No,
Was
Thornhold,
Thornhold.
where the Underdark
Those-
was.
There was two names
Yeah.
for it, wasn't there? The dwarves called it something, and I think the rest of us called it Thornhold.
I think it was just Thornhold. I'm sure it's thought. I'm sure.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but I could have sworn they had, like the dwarves had a different name for it. But never
We
mind.
called,
Boring.
we called it horrible.
It was horrible.
Laborin,
It was.
didn't you say that it looked as though there were other pieces to your chronometer?
Is that something that was recognised? I mean, there definitely is more to it.
Was that an above table thing? I
Yeah.
apologise if so.
Sorry, what's the question?
Were the
Right.
missing pieces? Sorry, go on, Jacob. You
So, do I know that the chronolometer is just one part of the whole this orrery thing and all that, or do I just know it as a magical item I've got?
You just know it as the item you have.
Okay.
that's fine. Then my question is null and void.
Well, if you are ready, then to Thornhold we go. She will turn and unlock the gate and step inside and begin to cast her spell. And as she does, the glyphs and the runes on the floor of the crypt begin to glow. If you will, please step inside.
I will go
I
in.
shall. Full sprint.
As you step in, she uses a mage hand to pull the gate closed and lock it. Then a flash, you appear in the central hall Thornhold, which I doubt did not prepare the fucking scene for.
Well, that's just silly.
Yeah, that was kind of silly.
Not that. That's not what you want. That will scare you.
Oh dear. Was it
Scare
the
me.
whole
I want it.
thing?
I want it.
No,
Yeah.
no scared. My anxiety can't cope.
Oh, it was just going to be this.
Loading gate. Oh, loading gateway.
Oh, loading
no.
gateway,
Yeah.
99%.
The loading
The loading
screen.
screen.
You
I have
don't,
one weakness.
you don't need that.
I
Oh,
cannot.
I don't have a token.
Resources finish loading.
Yeah, we have.
You didn't have
Fine,
tokens in it. You
Wow.
appear back in the Thornhold Council chamber.
Oh.
In the very center. And as you do, there are guards all stood around in the corners. You appear in this space.
Can we see that dickhead that sent us down the hole?
You don't see him currently, no.
Good.
Right. Well, I've already sent word and made arrangements for accommodation if you would require it. But in the meantime, just wait here and I shall return with the timekeeping device.
It's very generous.
Yes.
She makes her way
Yep.
down one of the corridors and through a door. You guys want to do in the meantime while you're waiting?
What with all these guards watching us? Lexi, don't touch anything. Laborin, don't touch anything.
Oh, I guess I can go check out the smithy.
Yes. We'll.
Are we
can
allowed
go-
to leave? She said wait here.
Smithy
Well,
McSmiffersminchen.
I'm assuming. I mean, do all of us have to stay?
I can just go.
Is she
Well,
grabbing on?
She said that there was accommodation for the night. It might be polite if we wait till she comes back and then fuck off afterwards if we're staying over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably
It's
best
taking a
to
long
just
time.
see what she has to say.
Yes.
Okay.
So after a few minutes, she returns. Apologies. It's been a while since I acquired use of this. And she will cast in her hands, and as she does, this very ornate gold and intricately made clockwork device appears floating between her hands. You can see that it's absolutely a timepiece. But as you look at it, the clock hands aren't moving. And as it kind of like gently spins in the air and the back of it becomes visible to you, you see a very small, dull white crystal. So, this is what you will require, and she'll kind of push it forward towards your group for somebody to take.
I'll just take it for now and have a look at it.
It's very weighty in your hands, heavier than you would have expected it to be. It feels dense. But the mechanism isn't active right now. So, time exists here in our material world, but it doesn't exist in the Feywild. At least, not in a way that us mere mortals would be able to understand. This device will create a tether between itself and this material plane, and in doing so is able to keep a good record of the passage of time between wherever you are and the material plane. However, such magic would require arcane empowerment. In order to activate the device, you will need to imbue some of your magical essence into it to keep it operational.
I've got none of that, so I don't want to use it.
Well, we're going for me, so I feel like if anyone's going to give anything up, it ought to be me.
So, mechanically, Shimmer, in order for the device to be functional, you must imbue it with arcane energy, and that will consume a spell slot. The higher the spell slot you use, the longer the device will stay active for.
Okay.
When the device runs out of arcane empowerment, it will lose its tether, and no longer be tracking time.
I take it that I don't know yet how long each spell slot gives me, unless Silverhand knows how that works.
I've written it down, but I'll send that to you another time.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, all right, I'll manage it. So I take it I can keep refreshing it by spending new spell slots.
Yeah,
when necessary.
Any time that you, well, Leyra will explain. Make sure you keep the device topped up with arcane energy. If it isn't, cannot track time. If it's not tracking time, then neither are you. That's when things can become blurry. Leave it too long, you run the risk of losing more time than you might hope.
Okay, I understand.
As you look at the device, the clock face of it is more than just hours and seconds. You can see there are much smaller dials in the center. And make a history check for me.
I don't know histories. I'm okay at history. I'm not okay at history.
You have not spent enough time on the material plane to be familiar with what these dials are referencing to.
I'll just shove it at Willow. What does this mean?
Willow, as you look at the device, the outer hands track hours and seconds and minutes, as you would expect. The inner dials, though, appear to be tracking the Faerunian calendar.
It looks like the calendar.
Yes, this device will track more than just immediate time, but it will also keep track of where we are in terms of seasons and years and the likes. Important to keep an eye on if you do end up in a position whereby you have not been able to keep it charged.
If it should ever lose its charge, when I charge it again, will it set itself to the correct time place, or will it just pick up where it left off, essentially leaving us not knowing how much time we lost while it wasn't working?
It will reset itself to the current time in Faerun. However, how much passage of time that is for you between charges is unknown, since the Feywild operates in a slightly different way.
Yeah. But we would know. I'm not saying that we'll let it run down on purpose, but if by accident, then we would know how much time has passed in this plane while we've been. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Lady Silverhand, and I'll pull out my chronometer and just sort of show it. I don't know whether you know what this is, but it has effects on time. Is there going to be any issues with this in the Feywild?
She will look at it. She to kind of, may I take
it? Sure.
She will take it from your hands and levitate it up into between hers, and she closes her eyes for a minute. Oh. Yeah.
17. She's mad.
17.
She looks at the device. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. This is a very interesting thing. Where did you find this?
Where did we find this? It's in some treasure pile somewhere, I think.
I got it somewhere. It came with my sword and my deck of cards.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't it Manchun? Because
Was it Manchun?
Andy was moaning that we didn't give anything to Kate's NPC.
Manchun's chest or whatever.
Yeah, it was Manchun because we were dividing it all up before we left Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder Manchun would have this in his possession. Where he got it from, though, is a little concerning. This is a component of a much larger and more intricate and powerful device known as the Orrery of the Wanderer. It was crafted by a renowned clockwork mage known as Lottie. As far as I understand, she crafted it as a means of tapping into the power of the planes and to channel the divination and foretelling powers of the stars. It's one of many more pieces. I sense that it would be rather unstable on its own as it is. How it would operate in the Feywild, I'm afraid I'm not sure, although be cautious. I can imagine could have implications.
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't know. I'm not familiar with this device and its intricacies or how it has been crafted, but time is delicate. while it's manageable on this plane with such a device, where time is already rather wobbly, I wouldn't want to hazard a guess as to exactly how things might turn out. Could move you forwards or backwards in time in a way greater than you expect, or something similar.
And I don't suppose you know what became of this Lottie, or where the other pieces are, or anything.
As for where the other pieces are, I'm not sure. I believe Lottie is still around, although I haven't heard her name in a long time. But I'll think on it.
Okay. Only use it if we're desperate, then.
I would use caution. At this point, the large entrance to this room to the south, the doors kind of gently widen and open up, the creak and a bang as they clatter against the walls. And you see this other individual enter the room. She's dressed very similarly to Leroy. Similar features, much more tanned and darker skin though, and she has this large staff with the head of a unicorn on it. And as she enters into the room, she approaches arms wide, and Leroy turns to her and says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you so soon, sister." And then the woman walks towards you all. "Yes, well, I had some time on my hands and decided to show up, so who are your friends?" So, well, these fine individuals are on an adventure of sorts. Sorry, I didn't... What should we call your collective?
Heroes of Vandalin. We have another name, but it probably wouldn't be appropriate.
Quite right. Dragon Slayers and Heroes of Vandalin. This is my sister, Illustrial.
I might need
Nice
that
to meet
spelled.
you, Illustria.
Illustrial.
A great name.
Yes. Pleasure.
Put it in the chat phone. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I will, I'll find somewhere. I'll meet you in your chambers, Dayrol, and we can talk. Yes, you know where they are. You're more than welcome. Apologies, Heroes of Vandalin. Do you intend to rest the night, or are you planning on making moves now?
I think it might be prudent if we rest the night, if that's still okay with you. I'd like to speak to everyone before we go about a couple of bits, and I believe that some of my friends here were hoping to visit your smithy before we leave.
Certainly. The amenities of Thornhold are at your disposal, and the chambers you resided in previously are also available to you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Apologies. Illustriel and I have some rather important matters to discuss. Come, sister, and let's discuss your problems. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, and I'll see you around. And they both turn and head off down the chambers.
Okay, Baldwin and Lexi, do you want to go shopping? Maybe we can talk later on this evening before we bed down.
Shall we meet in whose room are we meeting in? Are we all sharing one? Or do we have separate?
It's a so it's like a large executive suite at a hotel where you've got kind of this central lounge room, and then there are 4 rooms branching off of that. But in the center is like in the main room, there's a large dining table with a grand spread of food and fresh fruit and vegetables and that kind of thing. Big lounging chairs, an open fireplace, that kind of thing, and views out across the sea.
Okay, well, yes, we'll meet you in our suite.
Yes.
Come on, Baldwin.
Yes, let us go.
Yeah. You get you some armor.
I like me some armor.
Some armor.
Armor with you, please.
So you head down to the forge that you'd been to previously. What are you looking for?
There was a leather piece, I think. I mean, unless he's, unless he restocked.
I think there was a +1 studded leather that was available for selling.
Available for selling.
Yeah, it was up for soldage.
We were poor. Oh, so poor. Now we are slightly less poor, but things can be expensive.
Yep. Find out.
We're still poor.
Sorry, I'm
We don't even
loaded.
have like we have like no income. Everything's on commission.
Yeah. Oh, who knows? Maybe the smithy here is a big fan of ancient dwarven artifacts.
Oh,
He's not.
There you go.
Selling that.
No.
So
okay.
so sorry. It was the +1
Studded leather.
Studded leather armor. Yeah. Yeah. That'll set you back 500 gold.
Oh, okay.
Wait, 500. I could have sworn it was. I'm not complaining, but
hang on. Sorry. No, 5,000 gold. Sorry.
Oh
my god.
Okay.
Read the wrong part of the table.
I mean, I'll have a bit if it.
Wait, hold on. Studded leather. Okay, so that makes it. That means it's 13 base, but it's a +1, so it's 14.
No, studded leather itself is 12. The +1 is included in the armor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be a 13 plus your dex bonus.
For 5,000 gold, that doesn't sound worth it to me.
Paying 5,000 for an extra 1 AC.
Yeah, it doesn't sound worth it.
Yeah.
I could probably pay for enchanting classes and get that before then. And
I think it could be all the difference. If you know what I mean? When they're missing a hit, which might keep you alive. In which case, 1,000 gold is fine. But at the same time, the actual sort of odds and all that sort of thing, is it worth it? You know what I mean?
It's not. Like, it's like I'm in my head, it's like really not. 5,000. I mean, like,
it's a rare
no,
magic
it's
item.
technically it's magical. Rare?
Yeah,
I think uncommon.
No, yeah, any +1 armor thing starts off as rare.
Holy schmo. Okay, I'm good. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
You are proficient in, like, I doubt you'd have +1 hide. Because that isn't that base 13, so it would be 14 with +1 hide.
He doesn't have any hide.
That's why. So I guess hide and studded leather is the same AC. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is studded leather considered light or is it medium?
Light.
Light.
It's light armor.
Oh, there's the difference. Okay, that's hide medium.
Yeah, you'd add your full dex to it if you did.
Yeah, the hide armor would limit your dex increased to 2.
Yeah, which I'm at right now. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, stick with hide.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with hide. Yeah, like it would have been better if I had more decks. It would have been worth it then.
Yeah, so if
but
you had a really
it's not.
high dex, so Laborin, for example, it was great for him because he can add all of his dex mod to that base 13. But if your dex is low, like a barbarian, for example, who's got like maybe only got a +2 to dex anyway, would prefer the medium armor.
I thought there was a cap on
You get
the
unarmored.
dex bonus.
Cap on what? Sorry.
I just thought there was a cap on the dex bonus you could get
Yeah,
from the armor, like
on medium armor. Yeah.
Oh right, not on the. Oh, okay, didn't know that. Fair enough.
Yes, very sorry. Pleasure doing business with you. I know it's been a while,
Yeah.
but we are still poor.
Oh,
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
too poor.
Well,
Yeah, fine work you have there.
it might
Just-
be here when you come back. It might not be.
Fingers crossed. Could you put it in like a bargain bin or something next time?
We'll be missing it.
Is that the same set from all that long ago?
It's a different one.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, okay then.
He's in trade.
Oh no.
Okay. I
Mhm.
think that's a good time to take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly. In a bit.
All right.
Thank you.
And welcome back, everybody. Okay, so you've made your way to your dormitory, your very fancy upmarket dormitory. What are you guys up to?
Lexi,
Hello, we arrived back. We're still poor.
if you, I could show you something cool if you want. You just need to stand 61 feet away from me.
Easily
will
done
stand
in
on
this
the other
large
side.
space.
Yeah. Okay. Lexi walks at normal space, so it takes 12 entire seconds of silence for him to walk 61 feet away.
So the thrown property is it'll miss above 60, so I'll throw the dagger.
Wow, it's just disadvantage.
No, after it's disadvantage between above 20, below 60 and below. After 60, it just misses.
Oh, right, okay.
So I throw the dagger at him, and sort of the way I'm thinking it works is it'll just nearly reach him and then just disappear.
I don't know if I usually expect.
No, I can tell you. I just literally just launch out. Yeah,
Oh, you just launched it.
Yeah, it just goes disappears.
Playing with your new toy and a boring.
Yeah.
What? I'm actually like feeling his blobby face. And he's turning around to see if it went through.
No, I'll just hold it up for you and just say, got a new thing.
Is that the man dagger?
New and improved. Thanks to Shimmer.
When did you? Oh, is that what the very expensive thing was? It wasn't the
That is what the very expensive thing was, yes.
Is it? Well, it didn't teleport before, so I'm assuming it's been drastically improved.
It's been infused with Venom Fang's tooth.
Ooh. Oh, that. There's some proper poison in that thing, then.
Yeah.
Double poison.
I don't need to sort of activate the poison anymore. It just is.
And we know it's not like storing some essence of Venom Fang that we're unaware of, because I think the rest of him did disintegrate. I don't want to put a damper on this because that's fucking awesome. I hope swearing didn't break my oath, but that is awesome.
Well, it's not speaking to me like your ring, so I think we're in the good.
Someone else should really get an evil head roommate. Actually, Willow's technically kind of got one.
I don't need to be reminded of that, thank you.
Sorry.
I have faith that the voice in the sky would not do that to me.
Everyone gets an evil voice in their head.
Yeah. You lot are missing out. Yes, I will. And then again, stop walking back, and 12 seconds later, I'm assuming more complete silence, I will arrive back. Yes. Mighty fancy. So it just poofs back, and you don't need to catch anything.
No, I can also just do this as well. And I'll just place it on the table and leave it there, and then use a bonus action to summon it back to my hand.
Like Thor's hammer style.
I think it teleports technically.
It vanishes from its space and then reappears in his hand.
Yeah.
What's the range on that? Can it just be like for it? You're like,
I think as long as we're on the same plane, it's just no range.
Don't do a hue then and leave it behind.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I assumed we'd be using our house more often.
Yes, because it's so easy to return to a house when you're literally about 10,000 miles away.
That's why I'm not a big fan of teleportation.
I mean, maybe if you go ask Lady Silverhand really nicely, she'll make a special trip just for you. That's it.
I mean, if we are leaving sort of tomorrow, but she did have some very important business, so I didn't want to just knock on her door saying hello.
Yeah,
Lady Silverhand, I know you're spending time with your sister, but will you please take me to Fandom so I can get my big axe? Thank you.
Yeah, I left something.
yeah, maybe not the wisest move.
Yes. Yeah. I'll get him back sooner or later. Who knows? Maybe something amazing's happened to it, to that axe, which we never learned the name of back at home. Maybe something interesting. No, I nearly spilled my tea.
Well, before we go tomorrow, there are a couple of bits that you should probably bear in mind while we're in the Feywild. It's not like here. Just be really careful about what you say. Most of the people there are. Some of them have got a bit of a sense of humour, but most are harmless. But sometimes you do come across sort of those with a bit more of a malicious sense of humour, or that might want to take advantage of, people that aren't really used to it. So be very careful what you say. Don't, under any circumstances, promise anybody anything. And be very careful who you give your name to and how.
I will. I promise you. Should we have code names?
Yeah, maybe we should just all have fake names.
I mean, a lot of people in the Feywild do go by nicknames or other names. Try not to outright lie. So, for example, if someone were to say to you, can I have your name? Firstly, they probably mean it literally. Can they have your name? But instead of just outright lying and saying, my name is Bob, say something like, well, you can call me Bob. You know what I mean? Try and be very careful about what you say. Things could be taken literally, not literally, twisted. You don't have to be wary of everybody. Like I said, most people are normal, but just watch your step.
Do we have some agreed upon nicknames when we go in there?
I mean, it depends on, like, traditionally in the Feywild, it depends on your people and the traditions of your family or your clan. I mean, in my family or in my clan, nicknames are given usually by someone that's very close to you, and it means something about who you are to that person. But you can choose your own, or you can have someone choose it for you. If you want to go by a nickname, it might be safer as long as you remember it.
Well, you could choose if you want to, Jim.
I don't feel comfortable choosing nicknames for all of you.
I've got them.
Mixie Pitalik.
Mr. Mickey's Pit.
Classic.
Yeah, very good.
I was waiting for somebody's nickname there to just be Nobber.
Yeah, okay. I was going to suggest Shillo and then
Kimmer.
I will be Pimmer.
that's Pimmer. All right. Would you want to be Shillo?
Who? Me?
Yes. I was going to get
I
you.
don't need a nickname. I've already got one.
Ah, yes. And what is your farewell nickname?
I don't think that's important.
Okay.
You need to know so that we can call you by your name.
Just you can call me Shimmer there the way that you do
Okay.
here. I'm safe.
Oh yeah. I suppose that's only if you're like offering to like, steal our souls, which you probably wouldn't be.
No.
I mean, for all we know, Shim has already stolen my souls.
Yeah,
How did
I
you ask
haven't
our names
checked in a while.
when we originally met?
Sorry?
Yeah.
In what manner did you ask for our names when we originally met?
I don't remember. Look, I don't want anything from any of you. I've screened you all and it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, Laborin, I actually gave you a piece of my soul. How could you accuse me of wanting yours? I give all of you a piece of my soul. Every time you're in trouble, I split my soul to protect you. I'm not leeching yours. I don't even know where Willow's is.
Same.
Yeah. In fact, I haven't seen a soul specialist in a long time.
Yeah, I don't even know if Lexi ever had one. I don't know where Willow's is. I gave Laborin mine.
And Baldwin's there.
I'm slightly
Baldwin's
frightened of
furry,
Baldwin's.
Yeah. I mean, look, it might be an idea. I'm not saying you have to, but I mean, I'm happy to give you one, Laborin, if you really want me to.
Yeah. Never been good with names myself, anyway.
I'm not convinced Laborin's your real name.
What would make you think that?
The vibe.
Yeah.
You give fake name vibes.
Yeah.
No,
Only
not
true
to you.
friends show each other their birth certificate.
Not to you guys.
Well, come to think of it, Laborin,
Yeah.
is that the name you were born with, or is that the name that Rundar gave you? You said you were very young when he found you. Do you even remember your name?
That's a good question. Yeah, no, that is my name. Yeah, no, I would have known at that age, yeah. No, that is my name. Name Oswald.
Good, because I like it. I think I would. You wanted me to give you a name in the same tradition as my family, my clan gives them. I would probably call you Erin.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
Yeah.
Erin. Ieriyn.
Okay. And what does that mean?
Erin is the name of the brightest star in the sky, brighter even than Mistress Star, and it's the star by which sailors find their way home.
It's very kind of you, Shimmer.
I'm going to call you Lobo.
Brilliant, thanks, Lexi.
All right, Mr. Blob.
I'm fine with Mr. Blob.
Blobby.
Nope, Blobby's too far.
Can I remind you that we're going to the Feywild for serious reasons?
Indeed.
Serious reasons can have silly names.
Yes.
I'll take Lobo. I like Lobo. Spanish for
Oh.
wolf.
Oh, I was thinking I was shortening Laborin, but if you want to nick that, you may.
Ooh, that'll come.
No, I know, I'm stealing it.
We'll have Lobo and Borin.
Lobo and Borin.
I'm gonna let you try between yourselves as to who's who.
Oh,
I'll be Lobo.
okay, so I'm going to
Like
call
the DC
Baldwin
character.
Lobo. I'm going to call Laborin also Lobo.
Lobo and Lobo.
Yes.
Well,
Lobo,
while
Lobo.
we're here, Willow, please say if you don't want this responsibility, but I'm a little bit nervous about keeping time on this thing. I don't really understand this sort of thing, so I don't know if you, Willow, or even you, Laborin, would prefer to hang on to it and I'll just charge it up when it needs charging up.
Well, Willow's sort of the record keeper of the party.
Well, I know that, Willow, you kept time better than any of us when we were trapped in that fucking hellhole at Wave Echo. But if it's not something that you enjoy doing, I'm still willing to hang on to it and I'll just do my best. This thing is expensive.
Between us, we will remember to add spell slots to it.
Well, you don't have to, but I'm telling you, Jack sent me the charging fee, the parking fees for this thing, and it's
Jesus
exorbitant. A third level spell slot will get us 8 hours.
What?
Yeah.
What's
what?
fourth level give you?
Fourth, 16, fifth, 24. The first level spell slot will get us 2 hours.
Do we have any fifth?
Yes.
I don't
Next level spell.
Uno.
They're
Tenemos
expensive.
uno. Well, I have one.
I mean, you can probably get away with the 8, to be honest.
I have 3, 4.
I don't know. Maybe it's best to just come up with fifth. I don't know.
Well, we certainly can't spend 6 months here like we did in the Grove because I'll be dead by then.
Yeah, no. So we just have to. It's just a case of giving up a spell slot each day, more or less, isn't it? Which is slightly unfortunate, but if that's the way it works.
Well, I'm
That's
sure
the way
that Willow and I can share the burden between us.
So
But does it stack? Can they both give a level 3 into it and get 16?
no, it won't stack. So it will hold one charge for that period of time. But it will lose all of its charges in Feywild Dawn.
Right.
Okay.
So part of its synchronizing arcana means that at dawn in the Feywild, it needs to be recharged.
Okay.
So I suppose it's worth not charging it until we get to the Feywild.
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously, assumably, you know what dawn looks like.
I guess so. I would have an idea.
Yeah, but so
Been a while.
night and day is very similar, but for you, Shimmer, it will feel natural when that occurs. So when dawn arises in the passing of time until evening and sundown, so dawn to dusk will feel natural. For everybody else, it will probably feel unnatural. It could feel like an hour has passed or 10 days has passed. Like it'll feel weird for you guys.
And the what was I going to say?
Essentially, Shimmer is attuned to the passing of time in the Feywild. The passing of time in the Feywild and the passing of time in the material plane are not the same thing. They're not synchronized.
The watch, does it also track like Feywild time, or is it
Nope.
more so Shimmer's basically just got to like know that it needs to be like recharged?
You'll all know when dawn and dusk is happening,
Okay.
but because you'll be able to see it, you'll know when night is approaching, when sundown is happening, but how long it's been since then will take you a while to attune to.
Okay. And
it's like jet lag, right? You know, you fly from here to LA, like 12-hour flight or whatever it is. You leave here in the evening, you arrive in the evening, for you at home it's midday, but there it's
Mm.
1 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is. It's like
Yeah.
it's all a bit jarring. So it's like jet lag.
It's as long as we just when that dawn comes, we just recharge it quickly. We shouldn't have too much problem with time.
So if you've got 5th level spell slots, in theory, at dawn you can just bam smash it out for 12 hours, 24 hours, and then not have to worry about it until the next dawn.
Yeah.
Lady Silverhand will, if she's doing as we agreed last time, will take us to the Starfall Enclave, which is like kind of like the capital city of that region. I don't know anyone there. That's not where I'm from. So I don't expect to bump into anybody I know. But it should hopefully give us the resources and the lead that we need to proceed.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't offer to help in this regard, but I'd suggest that you guys already have planned who's using what level spell slot, so that when we go there, we can just put it in straight away, rather than sit there in the Feywild debating it for hours.
Oh, I love debating.
I mean, 3rd is the highest I have. I have 3 of them.
I have 3 third, 3 4th, 1 5th.
I mean, if we take,
I notice nobody else is offering up their spell slots.
no, I'm willing. I'm terrified of this place. I'm willing to offer spell, but if I have it, but
Well, 3 level spell slots should get us what we need, right?
I have 3 level spell slots, 3 4th, 1 5th.
also, technically, if we take enough short rests, we could use the your pact slots because they.
I've only got them to level 2. But yes, I can use my pack slots.
Yes, so we don't have to worry about sort of running out if we can't long rest.
I mean, look, it's not my resources, so but I think we'd probably do best with just slapping a 5th level in it, and then it's 24 hours.
Well, Willow's the only one who can do that, and I can't tell her to do that.
He's not the only one.
Yeah, Baldwin can do it. My only concern is that both of our spell slots renew with a long rest. So if we can't long rest after 24 hours and we're stuck with short rests, we then don't have those 24-hour blocks of time. And that is the concern, is that we don't want to just pull them out straight away. Whereas each of us can knock in did he say 3rd level was 8 hours?
Yes.
So as long as we remember to check on occasion, we can each take turns with a 3rd level, and we've got 9 of those.
Oh, I can't wait for you to forget to check.
Shut the fuck up, Jack! And then voice in the sky, be quiet. And then at least we're spreading it out rather than we're completely fuck ourselves with high level spell slots, and then we desperately need them for something.
Well, Shimmer, don't you have Tiny Hut now, or whatever it is? Or something
Yeah,
like
I
that?
do have Tiny Hut, yeah.
So surely we can long rest in that.
Well, that depends on the voice in the sky.
Not always.
Then what's the point of the spell?
Not always.
Well, the point of the spell is to provide a degree of protection that you don't get from just simply camping in the wild. So you've camped in the wild before without the full effects of a long rest because you're camping in the wild. So per the rules that we talked about on long rests before. So the spell absolutely provides everything that it's intended to do, which is to, protect you and make you harder to see and all that kind of stuff that it normally would do. But the spell innately doesn't give you a long rest or the effects of it.
So theoretically, if we found like a little, not like a proper cave, but like a little hidey hole in the side of a rock, and cast the spell in that little hidey hole in the side of the rock, would that be enough protection for a long rest inside the tiny hut?
So long resting isn't about protection, about the degree of protection that you have. It's about the means by so what we've basically done when we talked about long rests before was to stop the boulders, the proper D&D equivalent of save scumming, and just long resting at any point wherever you want, just for the effect. Because we had that thing where it happened like 10 times in Wave Echo Cave, and it kind of negated the challenge of it, right? So we changed it so that the full effects of a long rest can happen when you are reasonably safe
I wouldn't mind
and
a tea, but only if
reasonably
you can.
comfortable. That isn't the
I can
case
do
when
it
you're just
myself.
camping in the wild with a dome.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, the
Um,
spell says though that all other creatures are barred from passing through it.
Correct. So you're
That means
reasonably
that it's
safe, but you're
comfortable.
not necessarily reasonably comfortable.
It says it's comfortable in the spell.
So that's my rule. My rule is that there are places, as we talked about before, where the full effects of long rests are available to prevent the equivalent of save scumming. That's what we agreed. That's what we're running with.
Yeah.
So
this is just
it works in the way that it's intended. Comfortable enough, by my definition, to achieve a long rest.
Okay, well, just to be clear then, so do we know, since it's because like we're gonna be in the Feywild, so we don't know what that's like. In Faerun, we kind of have an idea where we would get the full benefits of a long rest, but in the Feywild, like, will we have an idea where we could find such a place if we're stuck there for
Yeah, so
like a good amount of time?
yeah, so you're familiar with such places, right? So like where you are right now, comfortable rooms, like the protection of Thornhold, like long rest, super simple. In a tavern, super simple. The only places that I haven't afforded you long rests when you've rested for 8 hours, or the full effects of a long rest when you've rested for 8 hours, is when you are in the wild or in a dungeon, unless it's a specific location, and things like that. So, you know, if I said to you in the real world right now, go out and camp in a woods and see how much good sleep you get. Yeah. So, and that's the point. Or go and sleep in a hotel in a city that's 100 miles away. Is you get different degrees of rest with that. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
I get the thing. So it's difficult for me to say specifically these are the criteria and the definitive boundaries of the rule of when you get a long rest and when you don't. But you know, to kind of loosely bind it, if you camp in a woods with just your camping gear and some rations one day, chances of a proper fully fledged long rest are unlikely.
Radio.
That's not me trying to be a dick. That's me trying to
Yeah.
stop the problem that we had
Stop.
before when we all said that was a bit bullshit. Okay, well, let's introduce a different way of doing it.
So we need to pack some gourmet rations one day.
Yeah,
So,
that expensive shit. The
just
caviar,
so that I
travel caviar.
Yeah, just so that I understand, Jack. I'm not disputing. I just want to understand because I'm not very smart, as you know.
Yep.
Under what circumstance then would it be worth me spending the spell slot that I won't get back to cast the tiny hut?
When you
What
think you're in a
under what
dangerous
circumstance?
place.
Right. Okay. So we wouldn't get the long rest, but we would at least be able to sit there undisturbed, whereas before we might not have been undisturbed.
Yeah, I mean, sure. So undisturbed, or so let's say you are approaching a dangerous location and you're a mile away from it and you want a long rest before you go into it, or you want to, you want to rest. You want to, it's evening, but you want to attack the place in the day, right? So in order to save the passing of time, you want a long rest, but you're concerned that there are nasties in the woods. To prevent the nasties in the woods from just trying to kill you in your sleep, you use the tiny hut, and the tiny hut will protect you from outside attackers.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. That's fine. Thank you. I just wanted to understand because I'm stupid.
Yeah, no, it's not stupid. No, it's not a stupid question.
Okay. Well, so what are we doing with these spell slots and this clock? We're doing 8 hours each, 3rd level each, between 3 of us.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that we don't. I mean, we can do a 5th level to start with, and that gives us a full 24 hours to get like situated, figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
But then I think until we can guarantee a long rest, it needs to be that we're not just shooting out mine. Because Lexi, you don't have 5th level slots, do you?
And I've got max 3rd, and I've only got 2 of them.
So we've only got 48 hours of charges, and there's no guarantee we're going to long rest in that time. So we'd be better off doing 1 5th level, which I'm more than happy to give up when we first get there.
Yeah.
And then after the first 24 hours, when the charge disappears or whenever dawn hits, we then start splitting our spell levels out until we can long rest. And then once we've long rested again, we can shoot out a 5th level.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair. All right. Well.
Sorry. So I just want so. Oh, I see. Because you don't recover your spell slots on a proper long rest, is what you're talking about. I got you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So we need to like be able to long rest to get our spell slots back. So it's like if we can just have a nap, that's great. But we're not going to have more 5th level spell slots to shoot into this thing if me and Baldwin use both of them.
Just don't have a really difficult fight where you use all your spell slots right before dawn.
Yeah, well,
right. Everybody has to be really nice and really polite to every single person they meet.
On it, Emma.
Willow says, looking at herself in whatever mirror there is available.
Yes. You'd have to hold back on sarcasm.
No sarcasm, no stealing, no meanness, no sass.
Man, I'm going to love this place.
No, I mean, a bit of sass is all right. Just if you only remember one thing, do not make any promises or enter into any contracts or deals with anybody. You know, a promise in the Feywild is something that, to some of us, you know, it's on pain of death. In some cases, we physically cannot break the promise. So do not promise anything. Casually, at any rate.
Willow looks Lexi deep in his non-existent eye holes and just say no, thank you.
Yes.
On it, Pimmer.
But I don't have any other advice for you, so we can go in the morning when everyone's ready.
So there's 4 bedrooms in this kind of executive suite of Thornhold. How are you divvying that up?
Well, I get one to myself.
Me and Shimmer.
Can't hear Adam.
Adam
Can't hear you, Adam.
Sorry. My new cable on my microphone's loose because it's not meant to be in this one. So me and Baldwin will have a twin with...
slightly
The
pushed
When-
together, but not
4-foot
completely.
bathroom.
Twin. Better not be a twin.
2 separate beds, we can push them together and then fall in.
In the night, Willow,
Oh no.
there is a light knock at the door.
Fantastic. It's not like I was
Since
trying
you're
to
not
sleep
asleep.
at all.
Exactly.
No, I was just sitting on the bed staring into space and nothing. I will go and open the door a little bit.
Kind of creak the door, and there's nobody stood there. But then you hear a voice from the large kind of living space that it leads into. You have a moment.
I'll kind of walk out into the living space and see who it is.
There's a little bit of candlelight around the center, and sat in front of the large coffee table with the lounges around, sat in one of those chairs is Illustrial.
Oh. Yeah, I
Apologies,
expect-
we're not particularly well acquainted.
Not enough for you to be in a room at whatever time in the morning it is.
It's quite late. Yes, apologies. I don't mean to be intrusive. Your condition rather obvious to me when I first walked in the room.
How?
Well, I have my ways. I'd like to offer a hand. If
Feels like a personal attack. And I was going to grab my
Not your arm.
arm. Sorry, continue.
she frowns, and I don't expect you to want to have a conversation with me, but if you're willing, then you have the time. I don't sleep well at the moment.
I don't sleep at all. I have nothing but time.
Very well. Do you just stand in the middle of the room, or will you?
I'll kind of ease myself further towards her and sit, not next to her, but kind of like in the region of.
Do you want to tell me how it happened?
Got murdered, innit? Taking this so seriously. So, I was in a fight alone with an absolute dickhead, brother of what I thought was one of my friends. And I thought he got me. That was it. It was over. But the god I serve, irritate the life out of, directly disobey, brought me back. He imbued me with his power, and now I'm dead but not dead.
The divine are curious beings.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Divine are curious
I can
beings.
imagine. Brought that one upon myself.
You certainly did. I'm not proficient, but no stranger to a little humor. This god, who is that?
Merkel.
As she kind of chuckles slightly as she looks to the ground. As I suspected, then. Why does he have this hold over you?
He made me an offer many years ago that at the time I didn't think I could refuse.
He had leverage.
He still does.
He bound you to a contract.
Yep.
Don't sound like you enjoy that contract all that much.
Don't get me wrong, the power that comes with it is been helpful, delightful, straight up fantastic. But the limitations of being this and the effect it has on my friends and the side effects of not doing what he wants when he wants aren't a big selling point.
The gods like their playthings. Especially when they feel like it grants them some degree of control over what happens to us mere mortals. But divine allegiance is not a contract of words, but of will. Have you considered a shift in your devotion?
We were recently in a place where I met someone who worships Saloon, and she made some suggestions and gave me a gift that has me questioning, but I'm frightened of the effect that that's going to have.
What is it that concerns you?
Well, I was comparing the amulets where we were traveling, and I don't even think I touched them. I was on watch, and I needed something to do, and I just looked at them, and then my arm just rotted away, and I kind of pull off the bandages and show her what is left of my arm.
There's her reaction is not one of concern or shock of any kind. If anything, it's strange comfort to see her just have a smile, like a light smirk on her face. She kind of reaches out her hand to you, as if for you to place the skeletal one in hers.
I was going to say, I'll probably initially like start to reach out the other arm and then sort of go, no.
You place the hand in hers. She rests her other hand on top and closes her eyes for a moment. Make a perception check for me.
I'm not very good at those.
Getting duped.
16's pretty good. You hear her now. Make a religion check for me.
I'm not very good at those either.
Oh shit! The
Oh,
bed.
I am good at those.
She whispers and mumbles in a very almost imperceivable tone. A rite, a prayer that you're not familiar with it, but in passing texts you've seen before is a prayer of Saloon. And as she does this, there is very gentle light that appears between her hands where your skeletal hand sits flickers ever so slightly. You feel nothing. And just after a moment, you feel this warmth again in your hand. And as she removes her hands, flesh in the skin begins to reform across your arm. Not all is lost.
Can you just stare at my hand and like stretch my fingers out as though like trying to figure out what's happened? And but if Saloon can do that, can she offer me a way to retrieve this leverage?
Merkel holds your soul, or whatever it is, as leverage, but not as law. The divine can take and give in equal measure.
What if he also holds a life?
Someone you love.
My sister.
Merkel does not take half measures. Whatever you think you've agreed to, it's unlikely that those are one and the same. The reality, that is. He might not hold your sister's soul. Not in tangible sense. He can take it whenever he wants. It's entangled, but it's not unreachable. If a bind can be made, it can also be severed.
I just need to figure out how.
Saloon, or whoever else you feel is right for you, will not tear you free. But if the shift in your devotion begins with inner transformation, not necessarily spoken renouncement, then she will light the path. You must walk it.
How do you know all this?
My sisters and I have lived many a lives. We've encountered many a troubles. I have seen the world. I have seen bizarre and mystical places. I've entangled with the gods, good and evil. Your friend, the blue one, is kind of no
Yeah.
stranger to me.
I don't know whether he'll be happy to know that, but I think secretly it might bring him some peace that he's not as strange in this world as he thinks.
Oh, he's strange.
I mean, yeah, he personally is strange. Like we figured that out very quickly.
Willow, the world for you right now is so vast, so unimaginably big. But that is just a tiny speck in the reality of all of our existence. You intend to travel to an entirely different plane. And that is itself, in your eyes, entirely vast.
It's a big leap, but it's worth it for Shimmer.
There is more. So much more. Our knowledge of our existence is very limited. There are existences beyond our own. Places and worlds, people and gods and magic that is alien to us, but also in so many ways so similar. We just have no way of seeing it. There
Are
is.
alternate realities in these worlds?
Make an insight check for me.
I'm supposed to be good at those. I am not.
14. As you say this, there's a confused look across her face. There could be. I wouldn't know. But do not let Merkel bind you if that's not what you want. You're not betraying death by shifting your devotion. You are simply redefining it. Power comes in many forms from many different places. It is for you to decide.
I'll bear that in mind.
Well, apologies for disturbing your sleep.
Or lack thereof. I appreciate it nonetheless. Not just going to stretch my hand and I think, skin.
If it lasts. That depends on your will, not your choices.
Well, I'm not Willow for nothing. God, that was bad.
I'm not even going to note that.
She kind of
No, please.
she
don't.
kind of shifts in her seat and she's like, try will high.
I think it might be time for both of us to try and lie down.
Yes, a wonderful idea. Well, and she kind of gets up from the seat. If I see you again, it will be a joy.
I appreciate our talk. Hopefully, it will not be too long before we have another.
Agreed. And she walks past and she walks past this table that's still full of fresh food and likes. She stops. She reaches her hand out across the table, picks up a red apple. You see the same kind of small mote of light from her hand. She just tosses it behind her in your direction.
Are you going to make me make a check to catch it?
Make a sleight hand check for me.
God damn it. Shouldn't have said anything.
Nice! 17. He kind of like goes in your direction you're not expecting. You're like, oh fuck! Gotcha.
Like me catching anything in real life.
And then she steps forward and leaves the room.
I kind of examine the apple to see if I can see like any kind of difference to it compared to what else was on the table.
Perception or investigation check, your choice.
Better investigation.
It's an apple.
It's an apple. I like
Well, hey.
take a tentative nibble and just kind of like just break the skin of the apple and take like the tiniest bite.
And as you break the skin of the apple, just this tiny bead of the juice of this apple flows between your teeth and onto your tongue. The flavor and intensity and the sweetness of this apple is like nothing you've ever tasted in your life.
I love apples. And I'll just kind of stay in the chair and like curl up and just sort of eat this apple as slowly as anybody has ever eaten an apple in their entire life. Like fully savor every single bite of it.
Just as you finish the last piece, you look through the large triple-story windows, triple-height windows that look across the sea. The sun begins to rise. As the rest of you wake.
Yeah. Baldwin. Baldwin. Baldwin.
Yeah,
Baldwin, wake up. Baldwin,
I'm awake.
awake.
I'm awake.
Baldwin,
I'm
wake
awake.
up. I'll shake you
I'm
back.
awake, damn it.
Baldwin. Going to the Feywild.
Uh,
Have you ever travelled by plane before? That's not this is. Have you ever plane travelled before?
yeah, I have.
Oh well, that's awful. I thought you hadn't. All right, bye. Wait, what have you
Jesus
plane
Christ.
travelled? What planes have you visited?
Your mom's base. I've been to.
How dare you? How dare I? You know nothing of my mother.
I don't.
Neither do you!
No, I don't. Shut.
No, I don't know. No, I don't think I ever plane traveled.
Okay.
I think I would
Well,
know.
Yes, well. No,
I think- I thought you meant travel by plane, not extra
Still.
like plane travel.
That was what I meant. But also, now I want to know where you've acquired a plane at some point. But still, I'm an expert at plane travel. I've done it once before accidentally, so I know what I'm doing.
Where'd you go?
I'm here.
Oh, yeah, that's when you came here.
Yeah.
I've done it before as well, Lexi,
I know, but you're not in the room.
under duress.
You're not in the room. So, just it might be quite worrying, but just watch me. I'll show you how the master does it.
It's gonna feel weird, man, because
I mean,
I'm
wasn't
used to it. The nature
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I wonder how the nature's gonna feel over there.
Yes, who knows? But always saying a thank you, though. You don't know. It might be some tricky nature.
Yeah, it sounds very tricksy.
Indeed. I imagine it's sort of closer to the astral plane, or at least from what I've heard from Shimmer. It's a bit more magical in nature. And time's a bit weird, because time was a bit weird in the astral plane, especially where I lived.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll have some sense of familiarity. Since Shimmer says that, I don't know if she actually said it, but that it was a reminder of home, like the energy in my grove.
Yes.
Maybe it won't feel too distant.
Technically, by plane travelling, we are, for a brief moment, traversing the astral, because it is the space between planes. So,
Oh,
who knows?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So it's actually not its own plane.
No, yes, I mean, it is its own place, but it's just it. We're in a brick wall with and a cementy bit in the middle.
Oh, so we're right in between the brick, or like the cement.
I don't know what that. What's the stuff in between bricks?
Cement.
Mortar.
Mortar. Yes,
Oh,
that
I thought
planes the
cement.
mortar, and the planes of the brick. I know my analogy. Thank you, God. Anyway, I do believe that table of apparently infinite food should still be stocked for breakfast. So,
Yeah.
wake up.
Wait, when can we do ceremony?
The spell. I'm when we're married.
Let's do it.
No, I don't have a ring, and I don't think we've. Well, it depends
We
if
do.
God determines our relationship good enough. And do we want to use it now? I feel like we've kind of bigged it up.
We're going to the Feywild. What could be a more important occasion than that?
I guess. I mean,
It's up to you.
I
It's your
think
spell.
I'd rather do it on an occasion sort of important to either one of us. This seemed more of a shimmer moment.
Fair. Yeah, we can do it. Maybe if we ever make it back to
Yeah,
Plasmoid Land. Yeah.
Taxifolia was the name of my.
Yeah, Taxifolia. Yeah, that's a great name.
Thank you. I removed the Anx from my last name. And then that's how I got it. That's from Adam, by the way, not Lexi. It's always been Taxifolia. Let us go and get some food for breakfast.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Hello. Enjoying that apple?
I feel like I would have finished the apple before you.
Yeah, but you said you were eating it very slowly.
But Jack said I finished it as the sun came up.
Oh, well.
Jesus. Sylvanas.
Yeah. Are you
Let's
excited?
eat then.
Yes.
Super duper. Let's. Yeah, there's gonna be some stuff to deal with there, but hopefully we can find that shard.
Yes, yes. What about you, Will? Are you excited to see another plane for your first time?
You said it's my first time.
No, but no,
Oh, smack.
I'm Assumption City at the moment. I've been wrong
Who said
both
it's my
times.
first time?
No one. As I told you, I am Assumption Center.
No, I'm fucking with you. I've never travelled to a different plane.
All right. No. Yeah,
Unless you can count the temporary death as travelling to a different plane.
Good.
I mean, I guess that
I don't
would be.
remember really going anywhere. It was just kind of black.
Those are some planes.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Yes. Ever since we acquired that magical time-telling thing from Lady Silverhand, my nerves have quietened. So we should make haste while we're there.
Yeah, we just need to make sure we get on Feywild time as soon as possible.
Yes,
And hopefully
Yes.
Shimmer being a native will help.
indeed.
I'll go first to use the spell if it wasn't already agreed upon. I don't remember.
That's fine. I said I would do it, but if you're happy to do it.
I'll do it since you're more of a caster than I am. You need them more. They're more
That's
precious
fine.
to you.
Obviously, we don't have to worry about it until we're there, but it's good to know that we'll have it for the full day. Well, once we figure out
Well, we
what
get our
day.
bearings. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
There he is.
Where he is?
Jacko, he's back.
Oh, I thought you noticed someone in the physical room, Baldwin.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah, there's breakfast on the table. I'm sure Shimmer and Laboran will make an appearance eventually. You know what they're like.
Fashionably late for breakfast.
Yes, for no reason that comes to mind.
Alex sleeping.
Yeah, well, that's what you call it.
I'm
Good
here. I'm
book.
ready to go.
Oh,
I would
okay,
have dragged Laborin out of bed early.
Laborin and Jacob disliked that.
This is
Yeah. He needs his alone time.
Do we just head straight to Lady Silverhand then?
If you're ready
Yeah.
to.
I'm excited. Let's go. Let's go to the Feywild.
Make your way to the central council chamber. As you arrive, Leyrol is saying a goodbye to her sister. Her sister, and just as you walk through the door and she says her goodbyes, her sister quickly casts a spell. Vanishes. Leyrol notices you enter the space. Good morning. I hope you've slept well.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I assume you arrive ready to travel?
We do. I just had one question before we go.
Of course.
Last time I was here, you said that you might look into this group called the Twilight Stalkers. Do you have any information that could help point us in the right direction when we get there? Please.
I did look into it for you. The Twilight Stalkers appear to be a name shrouded in quite a lot of mystery. The few contacts I have in the Feywild did seem to understand what I was talking about, although they were somewhat dismissive, almost as if it didn't exist or was not to be feared. I believe you would have some luck trying to converse with the Verdant Council.
Okay. Do you happen to have any contacts? They're not particularly easy to get an audience with.
No, they're not. Look for a man named Where's my fucking notes?
Strange name this man has.
She's just flicking through this clipboard. Just give me a moment.
Find a man.
Frantically, just searching.
Let me consult my diary.
You are looking. Find a man named Captain Virelis. He's a member of Guard, an Eladrin. Summer.
Okay.
We are acquaintances at best. He might give you somewhere to start.
Very well, thank you. It's better than what we had when we started this morning.
Certainly. Is there anything else before you make way?
Can't think of anything. Thank you for your help.
Please tell your sister thank you again
Mhm.
as well.
She smiles. I will.
I don't have a sister.
I see we have entered the horror movie portion of the campaign.
She will.
My sister's been dead for 3 years.
What are you talking about? She
Alexa, who?
she reaches out her hand. The device.
Who's got it? Is it still me?
I think you've still got it.
Okay, yeah, I'll hand it over then.
You hand it to her. She takes it from you and hovers it above her hand. Places her other hand over it so that it's facing the gem. And she's as a small burst of arcane energy fills the gem and it begins to glow with a bright blue hue. She kind of pushes it back towards you. That should set you until the next dawn. Please.
Thank you, that's very generous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She ushers you to the center of the room. We must form a circle and bind our hands.
Yeah. Yes. Different than the last time. Okay.
This is plane shift, motherfucker. It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Oh,
It's not
referring-
quite the same as going to Baldur's Gate.
I know, yeah, well, I'm referring to
oh man.
Lexi's backstory because he did it solo, at least to his knowledge.
I'm Lexi and I can play
Oh.
I know.
He wasn't taking
And
5
then
other people.
promptly forget.
Yeah, I guess.
She
And then-
says you all form this circle and hold hands. She begins
Aw.
an incantation. And the dust and the loose stone, any loose stone in this space begins to rise up off of the floor as this large purplish glyph begins to glow around the circle. She speaks her incantation. And as she begins to finish, she looks at you all and says, "Don't let go." The incantation completes. And with a chime that doesn't strike the ears, but more strikes your heart, your soul. A bright, resonant tone like silver bells echoing in a canyon of dreams. The world around you folds inward, colors bleeding together like ink dropped in water until everything is washed into blinding white. Your stomach flips, your thoughts stretch thin. For a heartbeat, you are nowhere. And then you arrive. The light fades into a rich twilight. No sun hangs in the sky, but above are aurora-like veils that shimmer and dance across a violet dome, casting glows of green, gold, and rose. Around you, towering structures of living wood, luminous crystal, spiraling upwards in impossible shapes. Grown, not built, their forms are alien but beautiful. The air is thick with the scent of wild flowers, ozone, and something nostalgic. A smell you can't quite place, but it swells in your chest with emotion. The breeze carries whispers in languages you almost understand, and laughter like birdsong echoes down ivy-draped walkways. People pass by, graceful eladrin, winged courtiers, talking beasts and living shadows, all with eyes that glint with starlight and secrets. The city pulses with life. Every movement in tune with some unseen rhythm, as if the city itself breathes and dreams. You feel the Feywild tug at your soul. A soft pressure, like you're always on the edge of forgetting something important or remembering something too wondrous to hold. The city's magic hums at the edge of perception, dangerous and dazzling like a promise whispered on the wind. You are no longer in the material world. You have arrived at the Starfall Enclave. Shimmer, this sense of nostalgia and home erupts within your chest. You have felt joy recently, but nothing like being back somewhere where you feel like you belong. Lexi, this travel is nostalgic. You've spent so long on a material plane. This isn't home, but it's different. And it's closer to home than you've ever felt for so long. It warms your heart slightly. Laboran, Willow, Baldwin. What the fuck is this place? Leyrol turns to you. You'll find yourselves in a street. I'm afraid I cannot stay long. You have the means and the need. Please reach out. I have many things I must attend to, and if I can help, I will. I wish you all truly the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank
Ma'am.
you. Ma'am.
Within a second, she recasts the spell. Disappears from view. Shimmer, you have not been here before, but you are familiar with the Starfall Enclave. You know it's, in the grand scheme of the size of the Feywild, it's close to home, but you know home is still a long way away. Useless fucks, welcome to the Feywild. What would you like to do?
I feel like the Feywild looks like what looking at anything while really high on acid would look.
It probably looks fayish and kind of wild, I would think.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty solid guess there.
In fact,
Mhm.
I got
I'll
so
give you that.
caught up talking about that I didn't show you this.
I was about to say, I'm still
It's
looking
all
at Thornhold.
fey and it's
It
very
looks rem-
wild.
It looks remarkable.
Yeah, is
You've got
it?
Thorn.
Kind of fayish, pretty wild. Oh yeah, it's
Holy
pretty wild.
shit.
Whoa.
That's pretty. Pretty.
Kind of
I
wild.
like it.
Is there a yellow brick road we missed?
I know. Oh my god,
See the wizard.
yeah,
Want your day
the
in
giant head.
City.
It would be just Jack. He's the guy. He's the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, you are the
Jack is
wizard.
the wizard.
You are
Like the
wizard.
head in Superman.
No, the wizard of Oz.
Oh, forget his name.
What's his fucking name?
Something with M, right?
I think so.
No, that's a Marvel character.
Head
No, that's a
in
Marvel character.
Superman.
What Superman movie are you talking about?
You know the Superman movie when he's in the cave and it's like is the giant head, the giant blue head thing? Oh god.
Oh, is
That
it
is dark.
Jor? Is it
Yes,
Jor-El?
of his yes, what
That's
was
his
it?
dad.
What did
Yeah,
you just say?
Jor-El.
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 that's
Jor-El,
right.
his dad. Yeah, it's his
That's his
dad.
dad.
Imagine just like this is my head, like the Jor-El head, like hovering in the sky.
Yeah.
The rest of you, you kind of so Shimmer. You have arrived in what you guess right now to be early evening. In the Illyrian Glade. You know that's where Starfall Enclave is. As you guys look down in one direction of this large street, which is bustling, people don't seem particularly In fact, nobody is kind of fussed by your sudden arrival in the street. But as you look down one way, you can see large buildings of wood and stone. And as you look closer at the buildings near to you, the wood, you swear it's moving. It seems to have a life almost of its own. And as you look down the other end of the street, you see off in the distance, it seems so far away, but so unbelievably enormous that you cannot believe such a thing, is this enormous floating island. And on the island, around the island, you can see clouds and stars. It's almost like it floats in space. And sat upon it is this gigantic, purplish, pinkish, greenish, bluish hued tree. You cannot estimate its size. Shimmer, you are familiar with this tree. It's the Sylph Wreath tree. It is the center of the Feywild and is seen from wherever you stand within it.
Whoa.
What first?
Well, I mean, I suppose the first thing we should do is probably head to the main building in the enclave and see if we can figure out where this Captain Varelis might be found, either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Wait, is our watch primed?
Yes, she
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Uh,
She did it beforehand.
Okay, making sure, because I don't want to get jacked.
Yeah, fair. Thank you for reminding me. That is a massive tree.
Shimmer, you'll know that this tree is the life essence of the Feywild.
It's a very important tree.
Tell. I think I've seen anything bigger.
Well, my tree.
I mean, yeah, mate. You have amazing trees. Love that tree back then. All of them, every single one. I climbed to the top of it. It was that good.
Yeah, and
It's not about the
What'd you
size.
think of it?
It's an amazing tree. I saw that weird smoky thing that may or may not have been related to. I don't know about that. Forget I said that sentence.
Somehow, I think it would be frowned upon if you attempted to climb that one based on the fact it's floating.
Please don't touch the tree. Let's see.
On it. That's all. That's all I need to
Remember.
do.
Just say no, thank you,
No, thank you.
even in your own brain.
No, that's the only thing I can.
So Shimmer, you would
Actually,
know,
no.
despite that tree seeming in sight, it is in fact weeks of travel away, yet it is visible. And climbing it, in it itself, the base of it alone is probably larger than the Starfall Enclave at its base.
I'm not hearing a no.
yeah, it's possible. Sounds possible to me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, there's a no.
Hard no.
Can we head to the council.
Yes.
It looks like the council buildings. I assume there is a building there.
Yeah, so you begin to make your way through the city streets, and the city is bustling. It's full of people and life and laughter. You haven't been here before, so make an investigation check for me. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Tease them.
Natural 20 for 22. Good job. You march through this city center and push past, and you see weird and wonderful things. Shops selling items that you've never seen before. People speaking languages that you've never seen or heard before. Creatures and races of humanoids that are entirely unfamiliar to you. People that walk through the air, walk the ground. People who glide. People who fly. Scattered across the city streets are small, luminescent fungus and trees. As you look up to the sky, there are weaves and mists of what appear to be arcane energy. Make your way to where you believe you would find some kind of central building of local governance. And indeed, you do find a large building. It appears like it would hold people of importance. As you approach, you are stood in a large square full of people. But this square is also spattered with guards, mostly Ladrian guards, and mostly summer guards. Some spring, but no winter. And they are well armed, well armored. And at the very center of this building is an enormous wood door. It's 40, 50 feet high, 30 wide at the base. And it has a squad of 7 or 8 Ladrian guards stood in front of it. And the doors are closed.
Guess I'll go up to the nearest guard and say, I have an urgent message for Captain Varelis. Do you know where I might find him?
Language are you speaking?
Sylvan? Question mark?
Yep. Reply in Sylvan. You see the woman, the individual you're speaking to is female. She appears very young, but as do all Ladrians. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with this Captain Varelis. Might want to try one of the guard posts around the city. There's one north, the south, the east, and the west.
Yes, they're all equidistant from here.
Obviously.
Am I going to meet Feywild Eastern Tower Guard?
She looks at you. You're probably worth waiting until the morning, though. The guard posts won't be open for inquiry until the morning.
Well, we're visitors to the city, and do you have anywhere you could recommend for us to stay?
Visitors to the city, you say?
Mm.
You might want to try Mune, Dew, and Mirth. And
Sounds
she
delightful.
says that looking at your friends.
Mhm.
Make an insight check for me.
Insight, please,
Can I
baby.
also make an insight check because I speak Sylvan?
Sure.
Wait,
I
why is
think
it saying I'm
most of
halfway
us
through?
do. I think Lexi's maybe the only one who doesn't.
Oh,
It's not true. Don't listen to her.
oh, you also not know what's going on? That's good.
I don't.
Willow especially. You both get a sense of this, actually. Obviously you don't know this place, Mundu and Mirth. But you get a sense that she thinks it would be funny if some of your party visited such a place.
I've just
Very
kind
good.
of whispered to Lexi because I imagine that we're standing a little bit back from Shimmer while she has this conversation. And I just kind of whispered to Lexi, like, I don't like the look on her face.
What makes you say that? Like Lexi's still staring at the tree.
It's impossibly far away,
Honestly-
but never permanently
Validating.
visible.
You can't tell where he's staring because it's all one blob.
I was gonna say, like, you could be looking fucking anywhere.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Something about the way that she suggested what I assume is a tavern.
No.
She looked excited about it, and it was off-putting.
Looking
My code-
excited.
But I'm sure Shima knows more. Like, she knows how people in the Feywild work. My Sylvan's not 100%. I could be wrong.
Okay, well, I'll trust you, and
What I'd say with the 21 is you don't sense malintent. Just that it would be funny.
I'll ready my blade on the way in for my own personal
No.
sake. Thank you
You
for
ready
this
my
warning.
blade.
What did I tell you, Lexi?
Say no.
It's for glory.
Right. It's not for glory. We're not walking into a tavern with our blades out. We're just not doing it.
Claws?
No.
I feel like we've leaned on a more violent angle, and it's my fault. Let's backtrack a minute.
Let us avoid violence at all
Yes.
costs.
I'll go shield first, then. That's not violent.
Maybe that's overly defensive. Maybe just try walking in when we get there.
I shall consider it.
No kicking the door in either.
Oh,
Probably like just saloon doors. They'll just kind of swing.
I mean, if it is saloon doors, then it would be cool to kick in and announce my presence. Whip my pistols into my holsters.
And we return to
Well,
the
you gotta do a flourish first.
Yeah, I'll do a flourish first.
God.
I'll stamp really hard so my spurs probably hear him. Whip
So
off my Stetson.
This guard will give you
Throw a
directions.
nearby maid.
This guard will give you directions to Moondew and Mirth.
Thank you.
And I walk away with my assless chaps. Ching, 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 ching.
I'll tie up Junior outside.
As you head into the city, the directions given, the air is humid. For above the table, it's like when you step off the plane in some hot European city like Mallorca or Spain or something.
Yes, that the hot European city, Spain.
Barcelona or something.
This
I went to Spain City.
very mid.
Morocco. It's like stepping off a plane in Morocco.
Or Texas.
Or Texas, exactly like that.
My favourite city.
And as you wander
Sweet.
through the city on your way to find somewhere to rest, a long rest, that's where we'll end the session.
Sehr gut.
Pick up next week.
Feywild, motherfuckers!
Yeah.
Hell
We're
yeah.
in the Feywild now, bitches, which means I get to fuck with you so much.
Sorry.
Yo.
Can't wait.
I'm incredibly not gullible.
Yes.
Me neither.
I am the least gullible slime you'll ever meet.
Your oral protection will come in handy.
Well, hey, always bring protection.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
yeah.
And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.